You're listening to The Janchi Show, hosted by 3 Korean American adoptees diving headfirst into what it means to be adopted, Korean American, and more. And now, here's your hosts, Nathan, Patrick, and KJ.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Janchi Show. It's your boys, KJ, Nathan, Patrick, coming at you not live, via podcast, into your ear holes. Fellas, how you doing?
Good. Uh-oh, Patrick's frozen.
I cut out for a second, but based on Nathan's response, I know that you asked, how are we doing? And I'm doing good.
I thought you were just like loading mentally, not loading the stream.
I'm doing both. Constantly loading both. At both times.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of, technically whenever we record, we're live. Because we're recording in live time with each other.
We're recording in real time, but we're not hitting ear holes live.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, all
right.
Yeah, there's that.
Strike it from the record.
Well, yeah. I think we've said this before. Speaking of semantics, Patrick, what does Janchi mean? Why do we call ourselves the Janchi Show?
Janchi is the Korean word for feast or to celebrate. Am I right when I say that? Is it just feast?
It's just feast.
Okay, no to celebrate. But the Korean word for feast, and at the end of every conversation that we have or every episode that we do here on this show, we feast on a snack and or food item from said country of Korea and about 0.4% other countries that Nathan decides we need to try. But we landed on that because we are Korean American adoptees, and for the last 6 years almost, we have been having conversations about this experience with each other. In September, it'll be 6 years. Right? Yeah, 2020.
I'm about to fact
2020?
I was
no,
gonna say 2020.
Don't fact check me in real life.
I thought it was 2021.
Was it 2021?
But I could be wrong.
I believe so.
I think it's 2020.
It is 2020. Whoa.
See, I know what I'm talking about. Fact check yourself.
Whoa. All right.
We're getting
But
old.
6 years ago, we just landed on this name because I'm pretty sure we talked about Janchi meaning some sort of celebration. And the conversations that we've had on the show are, for the most part, a celebration of the various identities that we all hold and this experience of being adopted and Korean and American and more. So that's it. That's my spiel.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I always thought it was 2021, but it is 2020. That is pretty bonkers to me. But no, yeah, that makes sense because I moved back to Texas in 2021. So, yeah, and we for sure started this while I was in Springfield. You know what else is wild is that in 6 years, we have never updated our trailer. So it's still like I'm married and I'm married with kids and I'm just married. Or like not
that
married
is hilarious.
Yet. I'm engaged or something and now we're all dads and whatever. So, yep, amazing.
Maybe we can update that.
It probably won't happen. It's fine. Look, at this point in our lives, we're tired, we're busy, we have young kids. It'll happen in the next 6 years. It will probably happen. I'm just gonna tentatively put that out into the universe.
If we make it to year 12,
since then, thank you.
If we make it to year 12 and we have not monetized the show, that's on us.
We're doing it for the love of the game at that point.
We're doing it for the love. Yeah, we're playing basketball in Croatia or whatever.
Yeah,
We're just doing it because we gotta.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of the love of the game, at time of recording, the World Cup is happening. Dallas just hosted Japan versus the Netherlands, which was an entertaining match. Are y'all watching the World Cup? Are you still post NBA Finals glow? Are you like, what even is sports? Where are you at with what's going on right now?
As a basketball fan, I've been all in on the finals, which was a wild situation. But I've been like loosely following the World Cup, I guess. I caught some of Mexico, Portugal. Who did they play? I don't remember.
South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. Not the same. And I know that Korea scored 2 goals in the final 2 minutes or something to pull out their first match, something like that. It was near the end of the time, and then Japan just went 2-2 with the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So they said impossible, never could happen. So shout out Team Asia for doing it up so far in round 1.
No words about the America team?
I mean, do we really care about America?
I mean,
Apparently I do, because I watched that game, U.S. versus Paraguay, and I was like, this is really fun and entertaining. And maybe it's just because Liverpool last season was really horrible. But watching U.S. men's team, I was like, whoa, when did you guys get decent? So that was exciting.
I didn't mind it. I also found it amusing that there's a few memes going around on the internet that their uniform looks like Where's Waldo. I thought that was kind of funny.
That is hilarious. I'm gonna have to take a closer look.
Yeah,
but it's just red and white stripes.
It's just red and white stripes. And then on top of that, I saw some random posts. Again, this is probably just clickbait, but it was saying something about a conspiracy already and things like that. So I don't know. That stuff just I skip past that. I enjoy it just to watch. Although the Brazil game today was interesting too, because that was a blowout. I was 7-1 or 6-1.
Oh, Germany. Yeah, Germany versus
Germany.
Carousel, I
Germany,
think. Yeah.
Brazil. Yeah.
Massive David and Goliath situation, but
crazy.
David got the first blow, and everybody was like, what? And then Goliath was like, JK, we're here now. 7-1. 7 unanswered goals.
That's hilarious. The U.S., this is supposedly one of the best shots, right? Because of the team?
I guess
it's supposed to be a good team?
I mean, yeah, considering that we didn't even qualify for the last World Cup. And we're in it this time, but I think I heard I think it was Alex Morgan be like, if you make it to the round of 16, then like the quarterfinals, then that's a good, you don't even have to win, but that's a good enough for, I was like,
good job.
What a bummer.
I mean, top 16 in the world, that's pretty good.
No, not top 16 in the world, just to the round of 16.
I don't know,
because there's an
this.
official ranking system, and we're 21 right now. So
okay, just on the outskirts.
All
I do know,
top 20.
all I know is that if Donald Trump goes to one of the matches, the U.S. will lose because he went to one Knicks game and they lost. One of the NBA Finals games, the only game the Knicks lost.
Yeah, wild.
So
just tying those things together there.
Hypothetical, if the United States played South Korea, who would you root for?
Yeah, I think that's what's so that's kind of why I wanted to talk about the World Cup, not because I'm just a huge sports head, but because I think it's the World Cup, and I think it brings in some interesting who do I care about? Because it's not the same. I saw someone tweet about I'm just rooting for any Asian team. I'm like, there's a decent amount of Asian teams going on. We got
right.
Turkey, which is is it Asian? Is it European? Is it both? All the way to Korea and Japan, whatever. I think in that one, you just get to, I would just be I'm a neutral at this point. I just want a good game, and I want whoever wins, it's great for me. I'm very excited to see them progress. So yeah, that's my take, is I would be a neutral.
I also feel I would be neutral. I feel I don't care enough either way to pick a team.
Okay, but would you say even if it was just U.S. or Korea, if you happen to turn on the game, you'd be I'm still a neutral?
I think so. So as a sports fan, I just want to. I have a couple favorite teams, but I just want to see good. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's what I would be rooting for. But I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I guess I have to pick Korea because just we don't deserve it. If you've been listening to the show, you know that I've just been ragging on the U.S. So
I know. Yeah. I mean, I hate to agree with you on that, but I think I do. Actually, I would probably be the same way. I think it would be neat to see Korea win, but they have some good players. But I've never really been partial to any soccer team, to be honest. I mean, I have the only jersey I own is actually Germany. Only because I was in Germany for the 2006 World Cup, so I got to buy one while I was there. But other than that, I don't own a jersey. I'm not really. I couldn't tell you a single player on the U.S. team. So
Christian Pulisic.
Really? See,
Got it.
know.
There you go.
I
That's
feel
one
like
of
I
them.
did root. Didn't Korea, like men's team, have a good run like in 2018 or something before the pandemic?
so.
Wasn't there a year?
But-
I feel like I
think
did
so.
root for Korea that year, and that was like
Yeah.
pre-identity anything. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So I feel like maybe that's where my heart is, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about in the show about like being raised to celebrate my ethnicity and like being Korean. And so like, yeah, usually, whether it's the Olympics or the World Cup or any of those kind of global competitions, I've like always got an eye out for what Korea's up to. And then I think when I was younger, pre-apocalypse, I was like, any Asian team, like, woo. And obviously at that point I meant East Asian, AKA I
Sure.
mostly meant Korea and Japan because China is communists and Americans hate communists. So like so much has changed about how I think about rooting in the global context that I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Like I saw this really funny tweet about like how England, unfortunately, they had their stuff stolen from their training camp. But the tweet was funny. It was like, oh yeah, they had their stuff stolen and now it's in a museum and they can't get it back. Like
That's
it's just
insane.
like really funny. About like, oh yeah. And then somebody else replied and they're like, yeah, and they can't depossess it. So it's just the museum owns it now forever. Like just like really that was very entertaining, but I feel like I'm just so much more aware, conscious of like global history and kind of like global relations that I'm like, man, and even the idea of welcoming teams to our shores versus Canada versus Mexico, and given all that's going on, I was just like, it is a weird time to be American, to be hosting this competition. Why to have a bunch of internationals come in and us be like, we're great mostly, and everybody's like, are you? But then like the tourists are also like, America's so cool and like you've got great food and whatever, and like yeah, it's just it's a weird time to be American, and I don't know how to feel about being American.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more aware of like that ancillary stuff that's happening. So like
Yeah.
the Iranian team or like a lot of teams from like Central Asian countries or whatever, like being really heavily scrutinized. And I think there was a ref from like Africa, like one of the African countries, who got detained and held, like withheld and stuff. So I'm like, I feel like for whatever reason, I'm just more like I've seen a lot of that in addition to. And it's made me, feel the same. It's just like, I'm not proud of any of that stuff. And it's weird to sit in that like juxtaposition of like, hey, we're hosting this major, amazing thing. Something that I don't think we've done very often, like hosted World Cup games like in the U.S. But then at the same time being like, we treat everyone terribly. So yeah, it's interesting.
There was a lot of people who actually got sent home. I saw that they actually arrived on planes, but then things were not correct or they got flagged or something and had to be sent home. So some visas weren't cleared. So there was a lot of people who didn't get visas to get in. But I don't know.
So I thought that was one of the things I found interesting. So Emily and I were just vacationing in Spain. That sounded super privileged. I hate that I said it that way. We were just in Spain for a little vacation.
It's not like you were summering in Spain. That would be way worse.
That's true. That's true. No, we were there for literally 5 days, and then we came back, and we connected, or we came back to the U.S. via JFK Airport. And I normally, when we have traveled internationally, I want to come back through Minneapolis because I feel like the customs experience has been the best that I've had when I've traveled internationally coming back. So I was a little bit worried coming back to JFK. And like when I say that it felt like there was no security for U.S. citizens coming back in, I mean like we literally went up to the customs desk. There was no line. You got your picture taken and then you just walked in. And I was like, oh, but then when you looked at the visitor line, like that thing was like out back to the terminal. And I was just thinking to myself, I didn't like scrutinize it a lot, but I was just like, I bet that we are like just loaded up in that line and like making people's lives terrible who are trying to come here for whatever reason. I wouldn't even think about the World Cup,
mostly.
but yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like, why is that line so long and feeling like it's not moving? And I'm just like, I bet that there's a bunch of people over there. And especially because we just like walked in. Like it was really strange. I've never come back through from an international trip and just like walked in essentially.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I was going with that, but I just feel like it was, I don't know, that was
Yeah.
like an indicator to me, like of the times that we're living in.
How did you feel about international travel given everything that has happened is happening with ICE? And I think like especially
or
like
just the
what
wars,
we've
too.
all but especially I think like given like what we have heard, and I think what's some of the things that have like made its rounds through like adoptee circles, how did like your lived experience compare to like the echo chamber of social media, and like maybe what it would encourage you to or might lead you to think or feel or whatever?
So I feel like this trip feels pretty far removed from like right as ICE was being deployed to airports and stuff, because
Sure,
I didn't see any ICE officers like when we connected in Philly, and it really wasn't a long like layover. So I feel like we just kind of went and it was fine. I will say, like, coming back, that was where I was the most worried, just because I'm like, even if I'm not specifically vocal online, like I'm sharing stuff, and sometimes I'm not even thinking about it. It's just like, oh, I resonate with that, or I feel like more people should see this. So I'm just sharing stuff in that way on social media. And I know that, and like, as we were getting ready to land in JFK, I was like, oh man, I'm like, am I about to get like pulled to the side to have conversations about my social media activity? And yada, yada, yada. Which again was one of the.
You were like, did I just get humbled?
Well, very much so. But like, that was one of the reasons I thought it was so strange that we just kind of walked in, like, and there was no, like much security presence at all. And I will say, coming through customs, I didn't see any ICE officers. Like, it didn't feel like anything like that. When we were in Barcelona, like, I didn't feel any type of way at all. Like, it felt like, I don't know, it felt like nice to just exist and not feel the weight of the world per se, even though I'm obviously aware of things that are happening. When we were at the airport in Barcelona getting ready to leave, there were security people there that were asking passengers at our gate if they were going to JFK, New York. And then they were checking for paper boarding passes. And if you didn't have a paper boarding pass, they were pulling you into the security office. And I didn't talk to anybody about like the conversations that were had in there, but I thought that was really strange.
Yeah.
And I haven't really talked to anybody about seeing that experience, but that kind of raised my alarms,
put
the
the flag
alarm
up,
bells a little bit. Yeah. Because I was like, are they have they like contacted the Spanish government and are like, hey, we need you to start screening people coming into the U.S. I thought that was a thought that I had. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't really feel like it was personally, I was like super impacted by immigration enforcement or anything like that. For the experience that we had, like, I felt like it was pretty smooth sailing. But I feel like I'm still seeing and hearing stories about detainment. I actually just watched on the plane a video of some, like, I don't know if it was college or high school. Must have been college, like a commencement ceremony. A person walked up, got their diploma, and then immediately, like, ICE ran up on the stage and detained them.
Whoa.
I was like, what is happening? But that's the other thing, too. Like, I'm trying to be much more discerned in what is AI and what is not. I don't know if that was AI, I guess, but like, that's another thing. So that was, I don't know. Sorry for left fielding the AI part, but I mean, that was just something in my mind that I was thinking about. It's like, what is like that story even real? Like, I don't know. I feel like I've heard less about ICE in recent weeks, but
That's the beauty of attacking Iran, is you just get to forget
100%.
a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
that's what I
100%.
do. Whenever I do something bad, I go punch somebody else. And then they forget all about it.
They forget about the other guy I punched, and now we're talking about this guy.
Yeah.
Or girl.
They start comparing wounds. Or they. It's fine.
Or
that
they.
person over there.
Yeah, no, my parents are very scared for me to go to Korea in October. They are worried that when I come back that I'm going to get detained or that I'm not going to be let back in or things like that as well. So good to hear that your experience coming back was easy, and hopefully the scrutiny that people were getting back in Spain was just because they were making sure people weren't turned away without proper paperwork and stuff like that. I've heard that happen before when I've gone into other countries, that they have to look at your return flights as well.
For sure.
Just to make sure that you have that set before you get stuck somewhere or denied. But I'm still skeptical on my trip. I hope it goes smoothly. I have heard of many people going to Korea and back. I know there was just a few events over there right now, and it seems like everyone got back safely. So hopefully that's all good. But I know I need to get my passport renewed, and I really don't want Trump to be on it. So.
Well, that honestly made me feel a little bit more at ease traveling, was seeing people going to Korea. And I don't, and obviously people are going to just share everything online, but I feel like the conversations I had, that was not a thing. It didn't really feel like an issue. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's interesting though, to consider how you feel about being an American, especially in the context of global moments like a World Cup or an Olympics or whatever, maybe call into or bring into relief what it means to be a global citizen, but also what it means to be a national citizen and how you navigate those things. And I think we as adoptees, we have that foot. We have both feet in America and then an imaginary foot in Korea. You know what I mean? That's
totally
mostly made of blood and
Ghost
dreams,
foot.
if you will. Yeah.
Ghost foot.
So it's a weird thing. And I remember, I think just online, I saw a Nike sizzle reel for the Korean national team. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I don't get any of these cultural references. They had the Red Devils thing, and I didn't even know that the Koreans are called Red Devils. And then they had a bunch of flowers that I assume were the national flower, or maybe they weren't. And then I have yet to look up the national flower to confirm or deny whether or not it was. But it was just one of those things, as you see it, I was just really punched in the face with oh, I'm clearly not from this country. And not only not from this country, I just have zero cultural context for all these things, which is so wild given I feel like I've learned so much through the show and through having a kid and trying to learn the language and watching K-dramas and whatever and all this kind of stuff. And then to top of that all off, Daniel Day Kim has this new show, miniseries, whatever, called K-Everything, where he just goes and explores Korean culture, I guess, but Korean food or Korea, whatever. And
very Anthony Bourdain-ish.
Yeah, I saw him opening a bottle of soju on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon just to kind of promote that and and whatever. And so, but then I read this article on the Korea Times or Korea Herald, I don't know, some Korean newspaper, but I think written by a white guy who lives in Korea. But he basically the point of the article was when you see Korean culture prefixed with K, K-pop or K-beauty or K-fashion or whatever. He was that's the stuff that's meant to go to the West. It's it is the stuff that is for consumption. It has, idealized or heightened or rose-colored glasses, if you will, of Korea and parts of its culture versus maybe what Bong Joon-ho is going to write a movie about, which is Korean culture, but it's not K culture. It's a Korean movie, but it's not a K movie. It's just got references on references of things that just kind of exist in the Korean zeitgeist, that we're just not going to get as outsiders. And so then I was it just was so interesting to have that in the back of my mind and see this sizzle reel for the Koreans men's national team and just be like, oh, this is exactly what this person was talking about, where like it's Korean culture and it is definitely not like K football or like K-pop. It's not K culture. This is just really for them, and I'm clearly on the K side of things, which then was like our Korean. It made me think, just like spitballing out loud, are Korean adoptees like as KADs? Are we like K-Adoptees? Like, are we a part of what Korea shipped out to the West as a part of that rose-colored glass type? You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm getting at? Like, I don't really know. I don't have the full question, but I just like it. Just kind of like put that thought in me about like, am I a part of the K-pop wave, but like in a weird kind of dark or at least kind of shady way? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, when you were describing it, made me think about my time in the Overseas Korea Foundation, OKF program for adoptees. And I felt like that was the through line that I was getting, is that like specific, and the program originally is specifically just for any Korean person, part of the diaspora
Overseas
that's not
Korean.
overseas Korean. Like to be a better like global citizen for Korea. And it felt like very commercialized. And I felt like specifically for the program for adoptees, like that's what it was just like, we're trying to train you to be better Koreans
ambassadors
for Korea.
Yes. Yeah.
Ambassador. Yes. So that's, I think you're hitting it on the head for sure. Like, I think there is some like direct, I mean, you could definitely draw a direct line from the K to the adoptee part. And when you were talking about it, I'm like, oh, we're K adoptees for sure. Like, we're part of that K wave.
Yeah.
And that's actually so one of the things I thought about with the World Cup is I actually considered buying a Korean jersey. Just
I'm probably going to try to buy one
to root one, but then I hesitated because I didn't want to feel like a bandwagoner, right? Like, do I deserve to wear it? Do I know anything about the team? Do I, kind of a thing like that? But then at the same time, any newcomer to any team has
you got to start somewhere.
Right. So I think it's completely fine. I think it was just that short hesitation at the beginning. Maybe that, like we've always talked about, like imposter syndrome and things like that. Right. So maybe that was what I was feeling. And but I think, I think it's good that people are out there rooting for their teams. And if it's Korea, great. If it's US, great. But, to each their own. I think it's all about the sport and about the everyone coming together to play. So, not that we're going backwards to that, but
are your kids like interested or watching the World Cup at all?
Not at all. No, they aren't really even into soccer. We just did a soccer camp, like I want to say 3 weeks ago, and it was like pulling teeth to get them to even go to the first day. They were just not wanting to go play soccer. I hate soccer. I'm not good at soccer. And I was like, well, the only way to get better is to go and try it. And we convinced them to go with a little bribing. And
I understand.
Yeah, they were like, how many popsicles does it take to get you to go? 6 popsicles. Like, what about 1 popsicle? And like, 3 popsicles? Like, where did you learn how to haggle?
It's so true. But they had a good time. They enjoyed it. And even to the point where my other son, my 8-year-old, was like, I want to start playing on like a soccer team now and things like that after playing. And we're like, whoa. You were so hesitant to go to the first day. Are you sure? So he may change his mind later, but we'll see.
Yeah. I was gonna say like I'd be interested in like the conversation around like, oh, I want a Team Korea jersey or whatever. You get it for your kids, and it's like I was thinking about like us being part of this K wave, like exploitation, exporting to the West, and like you talked about, Nathan, the imposter syndrome, just like the feeling of like worthiness of like, am I really enough of a Korean to be involved? And I feel like I'm thinking about people who, adoptees specifically, who like I feel like lean into like the K aspects of the culture. and I hadn't really ever thought about it as like not necessarily a negative, but as like a I don't know, just an interesting dynamic between
like a tinted version of
Korean
Korean
what does it
culture?
mean to reclaim or claim heritage culture, whatever, when it is specifically the Western marketed idea of Korea and not necessarily like the Nike ad, and how they were promoting that and like those
Yeah.
specific things about Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as a pendulum. Like, I feel like
Oh, okay.
maybe for many
Sure.
of us have so long been away from anything Korean culture or K anything, and we didn't know anything. And now that we're reclaiming that, we're wanting to discover it, we swung back to the other side and are diving in with both feet into the food, into soccer, into culture, into travel, into books, into whatever. So I think, and then it may swing back and kind of like rest in the middle, which is, where I like to be, kind of in the middle of everything. So,
Sure.
but so for some, maybe that's the case. I don't know, but
But I
had
think
another thing
I think what's interesting about that, because I totally agree about like the pendulum of how you engage with culture. But I think like it feel like the article, and I'm so grateful. Maybe I'll post it on find it and repost it on our account. But the article, like what it did, it felt like a rug pull to me, kind of. Like, so, we're diving deep into culture, quote unquote. And I think actually, hilariously, Korean Culture Dictionary does a pretty good job of like being Korean culture, not like K-pop culture.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
to me, all of the accessible stuff of Korean culture without like maybe except the language is all prefixed K, like K-pop, K music, K drama, K whatever, K food. And so then it feels like a rug pull I think when your pendulum is swinging into, I want to dig back into my roots, and all I have to dig into is K-pop and K-food and K-pop demon hunters and K-dramas. And then you read this article and you're like, well, that is Korean culture, but it's also not the whole Korean culture. And then
Right.
you're like, oh, well then, yeah, that's really interesting. And so I'm not going to say it invalidates anything that anybody's doing. I'm not saying that. But to me, it almost felt like oh man, it's like I was like jumping head first, and then I realized I was jumping head first into what I thought was the deep end, and it was just like the kiddie pool. Like I wasn't even in the right part of the pool
Right.
area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought
Yeah.
I was going all in, and they're like, no, this is the area that we consider
You were at the
super
splash
safe,
pad.
and you'll never, yeah, exactly. Like you're just gonna have a great time,
Ooh,
and whatever. We've got
things squirting,
snacks,
colors.
we got orange slices for you, yeah, and there's like a whole we've got like the Olympic swimming pool just over there, but you didn't realize that it even existed. You were so busy being awed and oohed by the splash pad. So yeah, I think that's the thing that I was feeling was like, oh man, like that's a weird, and then like I said, that Nike ad just really like hammered it over the head to me to be like, oh yeah, this is, and it's even like, I think especially because I am kind of soccer aware. So like I know some of the players on the Korean men's national team and that kind of stuff. And so I was like, oh yeah, like he played for Spurs or he plays for PSG or, whatever. And like he plays for, yeah. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But then I was like, I don't know any of the chants. Like I could recognize when they were like, Daegu, ka, 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 ka. But then like beyond that, I don't know, like whatever. And so, that was all just like really interesting to feel that and be so like aware, I think, of the shallowness of my work, even while it has felt very deep and very intentional. I was just like, man, there is so much more pool to get into,
Yeah. Well, I guess like in this conversation, what I'm realizing it's really meant to, and maybe it's not meant to be this, but the way I'm kind of interpreting it is like it's the door, or at the very least the window into Korean culture. I guess I want to call it K culture, and then that's like the doorway to, or the gateway to Korean culture.
Yeah.
But I think the way that maybe it's just like marketed, and maybe I'm not in it enough to really be able to speak on this with any authority, but like to me it seems like the way that it's just presented is that the K culture is Korean culture. Like there's some sort of synonymity to that when in reality, like in this article, like no, those two things
Yeah.
are not the same.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just being on the receiving end of that marketing. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
like, oh, this is our beauty product that comes from Korea, and this is, blah blah blah, and here's our fashion, and here's our food, and here, all those kinds of things. And we think about culture as beauty, as fashion, as food, as music, as TV, and like that's like oftentimes that is what comes up in our culture. But what else's culture that they're not necessarily shipping is like your fairy tales, your mythology, your history, your heroes. Like, can you identify who's on the 1,001 bill, who's on the the 5,001 bill? Like, and does that mean something to you in the same way that like George Washington on the dollar bill like means something to us? Abe Lincoln on the penny, R.I.P. the penny. Like any of that kind of stuff. Like those, like without saying anything, it means a lot historically because you've grown up there and you've done all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I think it absolutely is, and has always been maybe the door. I think I just realized like how big the mansion was. I thought it was just like a 4-story house, and it was like no, it goes on forever.
Yeah, this is the foyer, and you haven't even entered the house yet. Like, you're still taking your shoes off.
Yeah. You haven't even gotten to the like, no one is greeting you yet.
Exactly. Met nobody else in the house. You're just doing this all yourself.
And I think I got some sense of that when K-pop Demon Hunters came out, because that's a diaspora film, like made by diaspora creators. I was like, oh yeah, they get that. And I was reminded how old Korea is, but even that didn't fully, I think, break the facade of, to your point, like the foyer, and be like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, Korea's old, and I forgot that, but now I remember. Okay, whatever. But then like just that level of like depth and all that stuff was wild. And then to bring it back to the other side of the pendulum, it's like, what's even our responsibility as American citizens who may or may not ever pursue dual citizenship or any of that kind of stuff? Like, what's our responsibility to care? Like, does it matter? It's just like it's just a thing to know. Whatever. Cool. It was so striking to me. I just wanted to bring it up and talk about it.
I mean, I think it's a preference. I mean, even though for me, I know that that there's still just the tip of the iceberg or the foyer of the house. I don't want to explore the rest of the house, to be honest. I don't have time to go through every nook and cranny, of the house. So I'm happy with showing me the highlights. I'm a welcomed visitor, and that's it. And then I'm going to leave, and maybe come back. Because I do come back. I have my own house. I have my own things to deal with. So, yeah.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing too. That is like the K culture. I think when I'm thinking of the Korean scientists in the lab who were like, we're going to manufacture these things to then market out into other places to get people maybe a little bit interested in this. I don't think that they ever accounted for this large group of people who are ethnically Korean, but never had any. Yeah, exactly. Being the people that would be like hyper engaged, and maybe 200,000 is kind of a drop in the bucket of like the people who are engaging with it. But I think it's still a very like important like community to recognize is entering back into a culture that they were removed from. In this way, and it's like like they were thinking about the white person in America who is going to watch K-pop Demon Hunters and
or the German,
dress up as the people, or whatever.
The Thai person,
200,000 people. I mean, come on, that's like 3 BTS concerts.
But the thrust of the article though isn't necessarily. I mean, like it's not geared towards really any of that. It's really just to draw the delineation. But I think it's what makes it interesting is that it's not just 200,000. It's not just us adoptees. It's any Korean who is a part of the diaspora. You know what I mean? And so then it's not just us. And I think to go back to our conversation with Saki, who referenced like growing up at being raised Japanese, but then like not living in Japan, but then like going back to Japan or whatever. I'm sure she would feel some version of this as well, and like some of our just Korean Americans or Korean Canadians or Korean Australians, whatever, they would kind of feel that same sense of like, I mean, yeah, like we like the K-dramas and the K-pop and the whatever, and we might know maybe a little bit more about Korean history, but in the same way, like we didn't grow up on the peninsula, and so we
That's true.
also have to wrestle with what it means to be, you know what I mean? And so I think that's where I was so interested, because it is like it's an adoptee thing as you kind of go back and reclaim your culture, but it's also just a general diaspora thing of like it's ours ethnically, organically, honestly, and we, I think, as adoptees raised by white people or raised by non-Koreans, might feel a further step removed. But I think anyone outside of their country of origin, outside of their whatever ethnic enclave country, has to wrestle with like, how do you get back to that? Do I even want
Sure.
to get back to that? You know, yeah. So I was just like, oh yeah, this is wild. It's weird. It's a weird time to be a citizen of the world.
I agree.
I also just wanted to say, our friend of the show, Minju Park, started a new Instagram account because she became a travel agent, tour guide,
Oh,
tour
nice.
guide for South Korea, which is like they have to, against your point
Oh,
about being
interesting.
ambassadors, you have to be
Sure.
like licensed to do tour guides in Korea and all that kind of stuff. But the first post that she made on her new account just reads, "You don't have to speak perfect Korean. You don't have to earn your roots. You don't have to apologize for what you weren't taught or didn't grow up with. You are Korean simply because you are, and that is enough." And I think
I like
from one diaspora Korean to another, like that was really encouraging and healing to read that. And I think like as she, you know, goes on this journey and works towards like being in Korea and giving tours and that kind of stuff, like it was just like, oh yeah, this is however you choose to engage, Nathan, to your point, wherever you find yourself on the pendulum, like is right and good because it's your journey and it's like we're all here and no one gets to invalidate who you are, you know, which is a really like, I think in the midst of all the thought spiraling, it's really nice to recenter yourself on, you know, you are who you are and that is enough.
I love that for her. Minju, the original non-adopted guest.
The original.
Season 1.
Yep. Well, going along the lines of Janchi Classics, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're jumping in with an expired food item.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's expired? Classic.
Welcome back to the Janchi Show. It is time to break into a new food or snack. I guess it's a snack, but it is, I mean, food and snack. It is a cracker this time. And yes, as KJ said, it is expired. A little
You didn't have to repeat
brand.
it.
I know. We've been busy, guys. So I buy these snacks so far in advance. I guess that.
Yeah, you
I should
did
not
really
do that.
good about getting super
know.
shelf stable things, and then
did.
life happened, and we just did not record for a longer time than anticipated.
It's
okay.
fine.
The next shipment will be all new stuff, so don't you worry. But
From
this is
2022.
this is a product, Heyte. It is, I can't read it, but from what I read earlier on the other package, it's a sweet potato cracker. So this is, and I don't know, I just have to say the little character on the front, I don't know if you guys can see it up front, looks like this little, like, I don't even know. It's like a,
He looks like a chocolate
it's like a
thing.
box.
It's misleading.
Yeah, it's like a box of crackers with like boxing gloves or something. I don't know what's going on there.
It's like the box is the package, like I don't know. The brand, the Korean just says Gunkokuma, but I don't know what the rest of the Korean means, having perused it, so I'm not going to bore you with me sounding it out. But there is like a little open here tab, like it's perforated, but I don't even know. Oh, wait, here we go. All right, so you can just like tear it along the top, and but wait, what's the point of the tear?
This is what
supposed
just
to
happened
also.
to mine.
I just
Does it keep
popped
going?
The top off.
Did not work.
Oh, it does
I did
keep
that
going.
too.
Okay. Yeah. Then it bends back. Okay. Then we got a package and
Okay,
a package.
like the character on the box.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So as far as sweet potato goes, I know there is sweet potato, and I know there's Korean sweet potato. Right?
I think
They're a
I
little
also
bit
knew that.
different. Did you have any Korean sweet potato when you were there, Patrick?
I want to say that I did, but I'm not going to say that I remember.
I only had sweet potato on a pizza crust on the Han River tour, and it was a weird experience. And I can't even tell you if it was Korean sweet potato, but it was yellow and not orange. So maybe it was a
Okay.
Korean sweet potato.
What is this
It's a little,
tiniest
little tiny
stick?
guy.
It's like a toothpick.
I can't even cover up my camera on my computer.
It is very
oh.
small and thin, but I don't know.
Imagine like a tiny Pocky or Pepero stick, like tiny,
Yeah.
tiny, like smaller than a chopstick. This is a weird flavor.
It is
I'm
a
not
weird flavor.
getting a whole lot of flavor, so I'm going to put like 3 in my mouth at the same time.
You're not getting a whole lot of flavor.
No.
It
just
tastes like
a
Spam.
cracker. What?
I don't know that I've had Spam on its own to really be able to
I also don't know that I
concur
have.
with
I think
you.
it's.
This is what I would
it's-
think that Spam tastes like.
It's got a sweet flavor to it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's got like a
I'm not getting
coating
much
on it.
potato.
I am getting sweet potato. Maybe I have a better package than y'all. I am getting sweet potato as it finishes, but it's got the coating on it is really weird to me, and it smells real weird to me. Like I can't describe it. No, don't smell a stick. Smell like the package. Yeah, an individual stick you won't be able to get to smell it, but
Well, the
bundle.
individual stick smells like one of those like fake cigarette things, like that kind of candy. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like the chalky candy.
Yeah.
yeah.
The corn.
That's the
starch and
smell that I'm
flour and
getting.
stuff. Yeah, it's kind of got a sweet flavor to it. I know it's a
Yeah.
sweet potato, but
Definitely
I
sweet.
think they add sugar too. So
Yeah, the coating
Yeah.
would imply it's dipped in. Like
yeah,
or
there's definitely like
glazed
a
in
sugar
sugar.
added. But I mean,
It's interesting.
I'm digging
but
it.
not that interesting.
It's also
Yeah.
like it's a touch salty, which I can get behind.
I do like that part. Yeah, because I think all potatoes need to have salt.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, throwing out the
interesting.
wild opinions on this episode.
I cannot eat potatoes, French fries, baked potato, any potato without a little bit of salt.
I've just
Even if
never
it's
really thought about
Like
that.
like sweet potato casserole. Even I like a little bit of salted butter on top of it. So
Interesting.
yeah.
I don't know that I'd like sweet potato casserole. I like potato casserole. In the way I'm even saying potato right now is like very
Potato,
Indiana.
potato.
Wait, what?
Potato.
Well, yeah, what do you mean?
What is a
What's
potato casserole?
That's what I want to know.
It's like cheesy. Well, it's like cheesy potato casserole, I guess, is what I'm thinking of. And it's just like
okay.
thinly sliced potatoes with cheese
Scallops?
and onion.
Like scallop
Oh, scallop
yeah,
potatoes.
scallop potatoes. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've never
But
once heard it referred to as potato casserole. It
I
makes
thought that
sense.
was an Indiana thing.
Wait, but you've never had sweet
Well, I guess
potato
scallop
casserole?
potatoes, yeah, is probably. I don't think so. I probably have,
he
but I'm going to
froze the
say
whole
I don't
time.
think so.
He's never
love
had
this.
sweet potato casserole?
I mean, that's
I
like a
said, well,
Thanksgiving staple. for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm here, and you will hear it when it plays back. But I answered in real time that I don't remember having it, but I'm sure that I've had it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was like,
it always has
every
marshmallows
Thanksgiving.
on top. Yeah.
Not actually in my family. We don't
okay.
do marshmallows.
Oh, okay. It's the only way I ate it as a kid, marshmallows. But sometimes I would
Yep,
eat just
I
the
do think
marshmallows.
I've probably had that in the past.
Bro, someone's about to clown you. Someone close to you is going to listen to this episode. Maybe your sister,
No, they
maybe your
won't.
wife.
Yeah.
Your wife probably
No, they
doesn't,
won't.
but they're about
My
to
mom,
clown
I
you
guess,
so
would
hard.
be the only person.
Yeah, your mom. It's like
I made that.
that's like
every
when your
year.
sister came on the show and was like, "Patrick, you have had kimchi, you dumbass."
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think about that moment often for some reason.
And you're like, "I've never had kimchi before." I'm like, you have had kimchi.
I think your mom's gonna make it and bring it over next week. It's
Amazing.
gonna happen.
Nah, they're in the process of moving. She ain't doing it.
But hey, I will make it for you. But I always enjoyed sweet potato casserole. But
I'll take mine
as
with
far
the
as
marshmallow.
rating goes, I'm still eating these. They're very subtle.
Yeah.
They're not too heavy. I like it. I would give it a. I'm gonna say, I don't know, 3.75 to 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah.
That's pretty high.
So I wish there was a little more of something, but again, when I say a little more something, it's also sweet potato, which in general doesn't have a whole lot of something. So
You know what these
I
need?
don't know what I'm expecting.
Chocolate.
You got it.
He was gonna say
You
that.
dork.
Yeah,
You dork. I think it's a great snack. I'm looking at the nutrition facts, but that are all in Korean. Like I can just figure it out magically. I think I would give it a 4 because I really enjoy it, and the only thing that really knocks it down for me is the coating on them leaves a residue, like a sticky, sweet residue. Wait, it's sticky and it's like crumbly or like powdery on my fingers, so I don't love that feeling. But I think the flavor is good. Like you said, it's light. It builds over time, but it's like really pleasant. The balance between the salt and the sugar, I think, is really good. It's got a great snap to it. So overall, I think it's a great snack. I don't love sticky fingers or things, residue on my fingers. So yeah, 4 for me.
I'm going to go slightly in the opposite direction and give it a 2.5 because I feel like what I said before, I go, it's interesting, but it's not that interesting. Like, I feel like it's a very neutral snack for me. I feel like it's not bad, but I wouldn't consider it good. I am still eating them, but I think it's just because I'm a snacky guy. And so
I think every
that's
snack
part
on the
of it.
show has benefited
Habitually
from the fact
snacking.
that all three of us are snacky people.
yeah.
very true. So, I don't know. Yeah, interesting snack.
Yeah.
I had a follow up. We probably should have established this like way earlier, like year 1 of the show. But do all of your ratings for snacks start at a 3, or where do you start your rating system?
I mean, I feel like I always start at a 5, and you just work
start
your way
at
down.
a 5.
Yeah, because why would I assume that it's not going to be good?
Why would you assume it's the best thing ever?
Okay, hold on. So just because I give it a 5 doesn't mean that it's the best snack ever. Like the 5 is just the top scale of the rating, and so
So you use
if it's-
stars like tiers.
if I really
not
enjoy
like-
it,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely should have talked about this 6 years ago.
I mean, I kind of do.
that was
well,
surprising.
all right,
Okay.
yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
I start high,
Okay.
and
So
you lose points as we go along.
Okay, you start at a 5, and a 5 for you means it's a great snack. Like no.
Yes,
notes.
that's literally what I was going to say. Great snack.
Okay.
Nothing else to say about it.
Okay, Nathan. What about you?
I started at a gosh. Yeah, so if we're doing out of 5 stars, I would say I started at 3, a little bit above average, because in my mind I'm not going to buy anything that's going to start at a 2 or lower. So
Fair. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm buying something that I think I'm gonna like, which would be
Uh-huh.
a 3 and higher. And then from
Okay.
3, it goes up or it goes down. 5,
Yeah.
it has to be amazing to get a 5. 4, it's gonna impress me. It's gonna be something I might buy again. But 3 and lower, probably won't buy again. So that's kind of
Okay.
where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, I think so I start at a 3. A 3 for me means I'm not going to hate it if I am given it, but I wouldn't necessarily go and buy it again. 5 is like, no notes. And then everything in between. But I kind of take it as like, if you make a product on a shelf, then like its baseline, it just starts at meets expectations, 60%, like whatever, it's fine. And if you go down from there, you've made a very large misstep in my expectation of the snack or, whatever. So I start at a 3 and then move up or down from there. What is that little carrot? Wait, does it say put it in milk?
So yes, it does. I was gonna just reference.
Oh
the,
yeah, I can see uyu.
It's very interesting. It recommends dipping it in milk like an Oreo.
Interesting.
Side. I don't know how I feel
Man,
about
Koreans love lactose for a lactose intolerant
Yeah.
society.
that. I know. It's very interesting. And of all things, a potato stick. I don't know.
So
can
I
see
hear
it
you
being-
guys.
I don't know.
I hear the logic of your guys' rating systems, and it makes sense to me. But
I'm not saying you-
I mean,
You shouldn't change.
I like to
You're
see
too
the
far
best
into
of
it.
things.
Sure. Innocent.
I
until
like
proven
to just
guilty.
approach
I like
every
it.
situation as
Yeah.
the best of something.
Yeah.
That's what makes you you.
Yeah, I was gonna say like our rating systems are very much like our personalities because Patsy's like, yeah, I'm already like you get benefit of the doubt. You're starting out as like the best thing in the world, and Nathan's like, I like to be in the middle, so all my snacks start in the middle, and I'm like, I'm just a realist, so like if it's on the shelf, it's probably a 3.
I mean, that's how you know. Like, if I give it a bad rating, it's bad.
Yeah,
Because
you're
I'm
like,
assuming
no,
that it's good.
It's really worked down.
Yeah. And it's
I
most likely has
just think it's
0
really
chocolate.
funny that you just start with the expectation like this snack is going to blow my mind.
I feel like you're elevating the 5.
I don't.
But I mean,
I don't
I
know.
get what you're saying, though. It's not. Yeah, I mean, I guess it should be the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That's the way, like, that's the difference in, like, how grading systems work in school is, like, an A just means, like, for the most part, I feel like, broadly speaking, in America, an A is, like, you did great, you know, maybe some notes. Like, 100 is, like, yeah, perfect, no notes. But, like, an A is, like, yeah, you are where you should be. Whereas the reality of it is, like, maybe a C is you are where you should be so that you have some way to be both impressive and not impressive, you know, and there's nothing wrong with the C, but because we've been so conditioned to be like A's, that like A is the de facto C, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's a problem I have with just American culture. It is what it is. Anyways, that's been the show. That's been
Good show.
That's been the snack time. That's been our We K-Adoptees time. Yeah. You can reach out to the show at janchishow@gmail.com or hit us up on our website, janchishow.com. We got some hate mail. That was really fun. So shout out. I always feel like, you know, if you're doing a thing and you don't get any mail, positive or negative, then you're doing it wrong. So it's nice to get some noise out there.
Agreed.
So thank you to that person for writing in. You can hang out with us on our socials at Janchi Show, or hang out with me personally at KJ Roelke.
I
At
am
Patrick
no
in the
walk on
world.
Yahoo.
Excellent. You can tell we haven't done this in a while.
I
That's
am
at
Patrick in the
Nathan
world.
Nowak and at Patrick in the world.
I am sometimes Patrick in the world.
If you have
sometimes
enjoyed
Noah.
this episode, if you have enjoyed the show, we would encourage you to leave a 5-star review, we would encourage you to leave a 5-star review in the way that Patrick gives reviews, not in the way
Yes.
that Nathan and I give reviews.
Do not start at a 3.
But you know
Give it a
what?
5.
If you do use Nathan and I's rating scale and you give us a 3 or a 4 or a 5, honestly, I'm not going to be mad about it.
I'm here for
if you
that.
give us, if we get a 2 though, I'm going to be kind of bummed out. Not mad, just disappointed. So thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, Janchi.
Heyo.
Heyo.